Good day, everyone. I am truly delighted to be here today to share the progress we have made under Bermuda's National Youth Policy. As Minister, I stand before you not only to provide an update, but to celebrate the significant strides we have taken together. Since its launch in 2021, the National Youth Policy has served as our 5 year roadmap to uplift and empower our youth. Our mission remains clear: to provide meaningful opportunities that foster growth, education, employment, engagement, and well being, while ensuring that every young person feels valued, included, and heard. This policy is government's commitment to our young people and their families, ensuring investment in their future. It is a collaborative effort bringing together ministries, departments, and the community to create a Bermuda where young people feel safe, supported, and inspired. Reflecting on our achievements, I am deeply moved thanks to the dedication of the National Youth Policy Working Group, facilitated youth forums, enabled engagement with government ministers, and conducted a nationwide survey on diversity and inclusion to better understand youth perspectives. Additionally, we have delivered a child safeguarding workshop for organizations working with young people. These initiatives have positively impacted over 500 young people, and we remain committed to building on this momentum. I'm especially proud to share that in the 2024 National Youth Policy Working Group's progress report highlights further achievements. The Office of Youth Affairs has delivered a safeguarding policy workshop for youth organizations. The Ministry of National Security's Gang Violence Reduction Team has hosted the Say It Loud Summit to engage young boys in violence prevention. The Mirrors program has launched the Transform Your Perspective World Summit, equipping educators and youth workers with skills for emotional and social growth. The Ministry of Education Signature Immersion Fair has exposed students to career pathways in STEM, trades, education, hospitality, and tourism. The Department of Workforce Development has introduced a graduate apprenticeship trainee program, ensuring hands-on for experience for young people. The launch of Toya's Big Up Yourself mini youth conference has focused on diversity and inclusion. The Ministry of Health First 1,000 Days Integrated Care Pathway has ensured that families have access to essential early childhood health care services. These are just a few examples of how we are transforming our vision into action. However, our work does not stop here. The journey to building a brighter future for Bermuda's youth is ongoing, and we remain committed to continuous improvement. We will launch a youth safeguarding ambassador program, empowering young people to advocate for safety in their communities. We will expand vocational training programs to provide at-risk youth with skills leading to employment and entrepreneurship. We will create a youth sports and art festival to celebrate young people's talents and passions. We will develop a Bermuda National Youth Council, ensuring youth representation in policy discussions. We will host more community-focused panel discussions and workshops on diversity, inclusion, and civic engagement. We will introduce independent living skills training for youth with neurodivergence and disabilities, equipping them with tools for workforce entry and independent living. To the members of the National Youth Policy Working Group, I extend my heartfelt gratitude. Your dedication and tireless efforts are shaping a better Bermuda for generations to come. To our parents and guardians, I assure you that your concerns and aspirations for your children's future are heard. Every time I meet with our young people, I am reminded of why this work is so important. Bermuda's future is bright because our young people are bright. And I'll just like to introduce the chair of the National Youth Policy Working Group, Mr. Tinee Wolf.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Minister, for your remarks. I stand here today on behalf of the National Youth Policy Working Group to formally present our 2024 progress report, sustaining our commitment to elevated transparency and collaboration with the public as it pertains to youth development work on the island. This past year has been one that has laid a solid foundation for the continuation of this work and has bolstered platforms for meaningful change for our young people. The inception of our National Youth Conference, the creation and administration of safeguarding workshops for youth-serving organizations, and the enhancement of graduate trainee programs are examples of key steps we have made this year to ensure Bermuda is an environment in which young people can thrive. For 2025, we are also proud to continue the work to create our National Youth Council, a democratically elected platform operated by young people and for the benefit of young people. Through all of this, it's important to acknowledge that what we are trying to accomplish is setting firm roots for youth development and co-creating solutions with community partners. This takes time, and we appreciate everyone's involvement, patience, and devotion. This upcoming year is about solidifying this impact and action, and I can't wait to show how these various steps all contribute to a long-standing vision for our people. Additionally, I want to recognize the tireless efforts of our working group members and the Office of Youth Affairs. The amount of work that goes on behind the scenes is truly impressive, and their dedication reflects true commitment. The youth of Bermuda are certainly in good hands, and the next few years and the impact that we see will be a true testament to the ambition and relentless effort shown by this group that I am proud to represent today. Finally, I must stress the importance of continued collaboration with the public throughout everything that we do. Our goals, objectives, and action have to be underpinned by consistent community involvement, and I implore all to read our progress report and provide us with honest feedback. Our work is iterative and can only be improved with active and constructive discourse with our most valuable stakeholder, the Bermudian people. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'm excited to see what we accomplish over the next year together. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister, and thank you, Mr. Wolf. And I'll take questions from the media.
Thank you, Minister. Mr. Wolf, stepping on the front row of the Gazette. What would you say to youth and young people who may be considering leaving the island because of the many issues that are facing Bermuda, not least which is a cost of living and yeah.
Thank you, Stephen, for that question. I would first say that it is important to delve deep into those reasons of why a young person would feel that they would need to leave Bermuda, because it's not, it may be not just the cost of living, it could be another issue. And so I think it's important that they are able to connect with the right people so that, you know, if they have concerns about Bermuda and they need help with navigation in regards to getting their concerns met, I think that it's just most important that they share those concerns. The National Youth Policy Working Group, like Teo said, he spoke to the collaboration and the importance of the community coming together to share feedback and to get involved. That is one avenue in which they can share those concerns, as well as the Office of Youth Affairs.
And can you talk a little bit about the National Youth Council, Mr. Wolf, and how people will be elected, how many people will it consist of, and how that will work out?
Sure. Yeah, I guess to give a brief background on the National Youth Council and how it would work is that it would work in tandem with a lot of existing youth organizations, the Office of Youth Affairs being one, the our working group, which eventually will become a National Youth Advisory Board of some sort, and also Youth Parliament, which is a longstanding platform. The National Youth Council, and what differentiates it from your ordinary, I guess, youth advocacy platform is that it is entirely elected by young people and youth-serving organizations and accredited youth organizations, and is also operated entirely by young people. And they're supposed to be kind of an independent advocacy group that deals with all matters such as, you mentioned cost of living to, political participation, all these different types of avenues. That is the group that is elected by the young people of Bermuda, essentially. Now, how that would actually come into play, that's the structure that we're currently working forward. We're going through an extensive consultation program with all of these youth organizations that I just mentioned, as well as the Office of Youth Affairs, and also prominent, youth leaders and schools. I think the idea is that everybody would be included, regardless of where you are on the island, as well as what stage in the youth experience you're at. So we're working through that. We also, again, as I mentioned, we welcome any ideas. We're also going through a consultation program abroad with partners in the Caribbean and the Commonwealth. We've coordinated at present with presidents and leaders of national youth councils across Barbados, Trinidad, Jamaica, the rest of the Caribbean, as well as the UK National Youth Council. So those have all been incredibly productive kind of, I guess, collaborations that we've been able to do, but the work obviously continues, and we're looking forward to seeing that come to fruition, and, at least have a plan in the next coming months, and hopefully, get it off the ground quite soon. So that's something we're very excited about.
So at the beginning of the press conference, you mentioned some conferences and surveys that involved youth. Can you talk a little bit about some of the results of those surveys and what issues are affecting the youth?
Yeah, sure. I mean, number one is that it is incredibly broad, the feedback that we got, which is important because it shows that there are a lot of different realities that are facing our young people. I think the consistent themes are mental health, diversity and inclusion, cost of living.
How many participants did you have?
So for our National Youth Conference, which happened in July of last year in the summer, I think it was about 50 to 60 individuals that actually came in attendance, in addition to panelists and actually administrators. So it was a good group. It was good representation that we were happy to have in what was an active summer that people were traveling and whatnot. We're trying to kind of continue those consultations to try to get more people in. So again, this is also a call for all these young people to kind of come out to these events, because one thing, and I say this as somebody who's been part of in previous life many different consultations, these are consultations that are transforming into action. These are things that are directly informing a lot of the policy and recommendations that we provide, as well as a lot of the actions that we'll be doing over the next coming months. It is not empty discourse at all, and in fact is something that we're taking on board. The Office of Youth Affairs is taking on board, the ministry is taking on board, in order to make Bermuda a better place for young people generally. So yeah, we hope to continue those, but also, as I mentioned, convert those conversations into action and impact.
And what did participation in the equity inclusion survey look like in terms of numbers?
I don't have the numbers on me right now, but I think it was between 200 and 300, but we can get those estimations for you as well.
Okay. That's about it. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you, everyone. This will conclude today's press conference. And Minister, sorry, did you have anything else to add?
Yes, I did. I just wanted to remind our community that the National Youth Policy Progress Report will be available for your viewing, for your reading. I encourage you to continue to take a look at this resource for our young people and our youth in Bermuda, as well as our National Youth Policy. So we have the National Youth Policy and the National Youth Policy Progress Reports that we produce over the years. And I encourage you, if you're a young person, to please take a look at the progress that we have made and make sure that you know about the National Youth Policy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Minister, and thank you, everyone. This will conclude today's press conference.